What's going on, YouTube? RGL coming at you with a brand new video, and today we're doing something much different. Today we are talking about how much a box of 2023 Prizm First Off the Line NFL should sell for. This Dutch auction taking place on Thursday, and I have never done this kind of content in the past. I've always talked about my predictions on Twitter/X in the past, and now we're going to do a full form video and talk about this one because this 2023 football product class from Panini has been very interesting, so I want to get some of my thoughts and opinions out there. As always, hit that like button if you can. It does help out the channel, and if you're new here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. So, in just 2 days' time on Thursday, we will have the first off the line auction for 2023 Prizm NFL. This is a highly anticipated release, and I gotta be honest, from what we've seen with this 2023 rookie class, with the lack of Bryce Young autos, the lack of CJ Stroud autos, and the lack of Will Levis autos, why are we so excited for this one? What's going to change, guys? What's going to change? We've all agreed that up to this point, the 2023 campaign that Panini has put out for football cards has been pretty lackluster. It's very apparent that the products that they have put out are hurt by the lack of CJ Stroud autos, who, by all considerations, maybe Puka Nacua has an outside chance, but CJ Stroud has not just looked like your rookie of the year. He has been one of the top five, definitely one of the top 10 QBs of the year prior to his injury, of course. And so with the lack of his autographs, it has really hurt the product. And not only that, but the pricing of these products has stayed pretty much the same compared to last year. Maybe they're down a little bit, but as we all know with football cards, these things are so driven not just based off of offensive skills position players, but off of quarterbacks. It's not like, so I think that when we start to see like Prizm NBA featuring the Victor Wembanyama rookie class, once again, a Fanatics exclusive athlete, we will not have Victor autos, we will not have Scoot autos. I don't think that it hurts the product as much as it hurts NFL not having Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Will Levis. Reason being is because, you know, there's LeBron stuff. We've never had LeBron autos with Panini. It's never been a huge problem. Chase Curry autos, chase some of the greatest players of all time, Kevin Garnett, etc. I don't know why KG came to mind with greatest of all time, but you get what I'm saying. Basketball, all 5 positions on the court, cards can be valuable. When it comes to football, you know, nobody wants to hit an auto of an offensive tackle. Nobody wants to hit an auto of a third string wide receiver. You want the guys who control the game. We're talking about the game managers. We're talking about quarterbacks, sometimes running backs, sometimes wide receivers, sometimes a badass defensive player like a Micah Parsons type. But for the most part, you don't want about half the positions on the field. So to not have those top rookies, it absolutely hurts the product. And I'm not sure what's going to change here with 2023 Prizm. Now, talking about Prizm, obviously the name in itself, very popular. I would even argue maybe even the most popular brand in the hobby today. You hear the name Prizm, everybody thinks prestige, everybody thinks that is the set to go after. You know, last year, if you're a Brock Purdy guy, you want the Brock Purdy Prizm Silver. You don't want, you know, the Mosaic Silver. If you're buying a guy thinking his cards are going to be worth 3x, 5x, whatever in the future, you want the Silver Prizm, you want their auto from Prizm, whatever it is, you want Prizm. Optic and Select playing second tier, of course, Mosaic fourth tier. And then, of course, we can get into the National Treasures talk with which RPA you would want if you went that route. But we're getting back to the matter at hand here. 2023 Prizm NFL is coming. Release date for hobby is January 3rd. First off the line auction is going to be this Thursday. I imagine they will start shipping out sometime early next week, Monday, Tuesday. I don't know when Christmas is, Monday. I'm not sure. So typically, first off the line will be in the hands of collectors or the hands of the people who purchase them, breakers, a couple of days, usually 2 to 5 days before the release of hobby. This one's slated for Thursday. You can see they're starting this one at $2,000 at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and it will go all the way down to $500 if it reaches there. Spoiler alert, it will not reach $500. So where is it going to end? That is the big guessing game. Where is it going to end? Somewhere between 2,000 and 500. Let's try to figure it out. So this year, what are you getting with first off the line that you are not getting in hobby? What are the bonuses? And they say right here, 2 FOTL, let's see, 2 2 autographs, including 1 FOTL exclusive red, blue, green, gold, or black, 10 numbered prisms, including 2 FOTL exclusive red, blue, green, gold, or black, and then everything else. So in a normal Prizm hobby box, you're going to get 4 silvers, 10 parallels, 2 autos. In a first off the line box, one of your autos is going to be numbered to 35 or less. Red is to 35, blue to 25, gold to 10, green to 5, black 1 of 1s. And then 2 of your parallels are going to be to 35 or less. Once again, same colors, all the way down to the black 1 of 1s. What does this all mean in hindsight? What does this all mean? Just give me the cliff notes. Black 101s are going to be easier to hit out of first off the line than hobby because they make so little first off the line compared to hobby. You will just have a better chance to pull a black 1 of 1 auto or shimmer. Also, in an average hobby box, you could open a hobby box and not get a card numbered under 100. Whereas in a first off the line box, you are guaranteed at least 3 parallels, 1 auto, 2 parallels numbered to 35 or less. So you are getting 3 guaranteed to 35 or less cards out of first off the line. Now, that's a question. So how much more is a first off the line box worth than a standard hobby box? And that is what we are talking about today. So first off, the first thing that I want to talk about, and let's go ahead and scroll through some of the cards. Once again, there's the black shimmer 101 Bijan. There's a CJ Stroud green shimmer. There's a blue shimmer Bryce Young. So they're showing you all the cards that you want to see. There is the manga Josh Allen. There is the 1 of 1 gold vinyl Anthony Richardson. That might be to 5 because gold vinyls are to 5. So I don't know if that's a 101 RPA or to 5. And then there is the new Legends auto of Drew Brees. There is the dual color blast of Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. And there is the hype parallel that nobody will care about in Jalen Hurts. Not just because it's Hurts, but because it's a new parallel or new insert, and nobody will care about it. That one will fall flat compared to some of the other stuff in the product. Let's head on over to Cardboard Connection really quick. This is a great website if you're unfamiliar. Cardboard Connection always has a rundown on what to expect in products. When a checklist is available, you can find the checklist for every product here as well. This is one that we have used. I have personally used this website for over a decade. Great site. Talks about the product, shows us some silvers, shows us the new hobby exclusive White Knight parallel as well. There's a gold Bryce Young. Here's a list of all of the parallels we're going to have this year. So snakeskin, orange, blue wave, purple ice. Nothing different here. Navy camo coming back. That's to 25. Forest camo is to 15. Gold vinyl. Gold prism to 10. Gold vinyl 101. White Knight is going to be a short print. And then black Finnet 1 of 1s. Here's a look at the inserts and the case hits. Once again, there's that Burrow and Chase. There's that manga. There's that one nobody's going to care about. And then we're just seeing the same parallels. We don't have a checklist as of recording this video, which is on Friday. I anticipate that we will not have a checklist for this one. Maybe until Thursday morning, maybe Wednesday night. And so the question becomes, if we don't have a checklist, if we don't know if, so what are we really hoping to see? Because we know that we're not going to have CJ Stroud autos. We know that we're not going to have Bryce Young autos. What would we be hoping to see? Well, for starters, a big one on the checklist would be whether or not Puka Nacua not only has cards in the checklist, but also has autographs in the checklist. That would be a little bump. That would be a rookie that everybody would want to chase. Also, does Tommy DeVito have rookie cards? Because he has virtually no cards. And say what you will about the New York Giants, but Tommy DeVito has breathed some new life into their season. So if Tommy DeVito has a rookie card, just like how last year Brock Purdy had some cards in this product. Not only did he have a base rookie, he also had autos. They were able to get him in to this product. Again, it came out late. It came out after the season release, or after the season last year, but they were able to get Brock Purdy in, making him the biggest chase of 2022 Prizm. In 2023, could we have Puka Nacua autos? If so, I would imagine he might be the top chase of the product, given that with CJ Stroud, all we can get is case hits, like mangas or color blasts or stained glass, whatever they put in. Those are going to be his top chases because, again, no autos, which means no RPAs. I would like to see a checklist for this one a few days before release so we can determine if a guy like Puka, if a guy like Tommy DeVito moves the needle at all on this one. So, where are we at? What does hobby sell for? So, I think the next question, in trying to figure out how much we should pay for first off the line, how much does hobby sell for? And here are 3 examples right here of pre-orders currently going on the market. Blowout Cards is selling this for $8.49 a box for hobby. Again, that's not first off the line, that is hobby. And these are as of last Friday. David Adams, DNA Card World, is selling it for $9.09 on pre-order. And Midwest Cards, these are 3 reliable marketplaces, three of the bigger sellers of three of the bigger sellers of hobby boxes online. They're selling it for $848.95. So with that being said, knowing that we are going to get 2 extra parallels to 35 or less and 1 auto to 35 or less, what kind of value should we realistically put on those? If we know that the average sale, let's say $850 a box, maybe $800, your LCS might be selling it for $750 or $800. They might be going a little bit lower than the online retailers. So let's say $800. Let's say if the average 2023 Prizm hobby box is going to come out at $800, and that's a video for a whole different debate, because $800 is a lot of money for a product that does not have the top rookie quarterback autographs. But that's not the conversation that we are having today. Today we're trying to determine how much these extra parallels are worth and what we should be paying for a box of first off the line Prizm in just a couple of days. So I want to show you a couple of examples, a couple of things that I've came up with. The first one is looking at the prices of some of the Shimmer Parallels that have sold. And I think we got to start with the guy who, because we don't have any Tom Brady stuff, I think we got to go with the guy who is the #1 veteran to chase in the product. Of course, talking about Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, as a vet, he's gonna command the highest sales. Quarterback, Hall of Famer, surefire Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion. So, taking a look at some of the FOTL stuff from previous years, we see a PSA 9 green Shimmer to 5 is sold for about $2,800, $960 for a gold 9. This is a second year FOTL Shimmer to 9, sold for $854. But I think that getting down here, this is more what we can expect, because you're not always going to get a parallel number to 5 or even to 10. So I think looking down here, this 2021 red Shimmer to 35, PSA 10 sold for $290, PSA 9 sold for $150, raw to 25 sold for $110. So let's say that the value of a to 25 to 35 Mahomes is going to be about $100 to $125. So that is the absolute best veteran you can get to 35. And then if you go up there again, a gold 9 selling for $960. So let's say 9 is comparable to raw. So you hit a gold Mahomes, you're probably gonna look at like $800, which almost pays for a box, and that's kind of sad, honestly. That you pull a gold Shimmer Mahomes and it doesn't quite cover the cost of a box of Prizm FOTL. That's kind of sad. Of course, if you hit a green number to 5 or the Black Finnet 101, Black Finnet 101, based off of this sale, Black Finnet 101 should do about $8,000 to $10,000. So now you're talking some serious money. But again, we're talking about the #1 veteran in the product. So from here, it only goes down. The Josh Allen's, whatever they might sell for, etc., etc. So let's talk about rookies. So CJ Stroud, sky's the limit for CJ Stroud. I don't know what his gold shimmers, I don't know what his green shimmers, I have no pricing prediction on those. Sky's the limit, because once again, no autographs. So low numbered parallels, case hits, like the manga, like the Color Blast, those are going to be his creme de la creme cards from Panini this year. No autos, no RPAs. Gonna be really interesting to see what they do with National Treasures. So I wanted to let's not talk about CJ Stroud. And if you wanna, actually, we'll talk about him for just a second. Here's Brock Purdy from last year. Here are some of the Brock Purdy shimmers from last year. We can see $5,100 on a PSA 9 green to 5. That was shilled. I think I thought I saw a shill here. There was two for the same card. I'm not sure. Yeah. Here was October 9th and October 23rd. They sold it for $51. Didn't get paid for. It got relisted, sold for $49. Here's a PSA 9 gold, $3,500. So let's assume that maybe CJ Stroud stuff comes out of the gate selling for around Brock Purdy stuff. And that's a big if, because Brock Purdy looking like an MVP candidate this year, in a much better situation, on a clear-cut Super Bowl contender, and just like last year, he was on a Super Bowl contender as well. So he has shown a level of consistency. He has shown he's shown he's the real deal. We're now in year 2 of Brock Purdy, proving that he is the real deal. Here's a Shimmer autograph PSA 9 to 35, sold for $2,500. Obviously, we're not gonna have CJ Stroud's, but let's take this gold for example. Gold sold November 20th, $35.50 for a PSA 9. That puts raw at, like, let's say $3,200. So CJ Stroud gold, probably about $3,200. You know, let's say, and that's probably, you know, that's the best you can do. You're looking for, as far as those shimmers go, the non-auto shimmers, you're looking for CJ Stroud. He's going to be your top guy. Autos, once again, if Puka is in the set, Puka is going to be your top rookie auto if he has autos in the set. I wanted to talk about a guy who I think has, let's talk about Anthony Richardson for a second. So Richardson got hurt, but what's like a Richardson ceiling, right? So what's the shimmer equivalent of Richardson? So I came up with this, and here's Trevor Lawrence. So here's a really good comp I wanted to go off of. Here was this green that sold for 58 and then went back up and sold for 44. So somebody shilled this one just to get it relisted. So here's some autos that I think could be comparable. Anthony Richardson, you know, on a decent team. The Jaguars were bad when T-Law came onto that team. Now they're better. Anthony Richardson, same situation, right? Two very different quarterbacks. I think they're somewhat comparable. I think you can draw a line and say, hey, the Colts could be what the Jags are. In 2 years, the Colts could be what the Jags are now, right? Here's an auto. Sold at auction September 27th, so earlier in the season. Here's a better one. Sold November 12th. So this one sold about 6 weeks ago. This is a blue auto, $1,600. So again, you would have to hit the best rookie quarterback auto available in the product, Anthony Richardson. Sell for $1,600, and this might be the same card. This might have been just another shell. So let's say $1,200. Let's say actually $1,200, because this looks like the exact same photo. Sold once on November 12th, resold November 25th for $1,200. So that one looks like it got shilled too, funny enough. So $1,200 for an auto to 25 of Anthony Richardson, if the prices are comparable. So with all this being said, let's go back to the original conversation at hand. What is this product? What should this product sell for? So $2,000 start, $500. If it hits the floor, it will not hit the floor. $800 to $900 is what hobby's selling for. How much value does 2 parallels and 1 autograph add? In my opinion, with this class, with the lack of CJ Stroud autos, the lack of Will Levis, Bryce Young autos, I think you can sleep through the first hour confidently, because after 1 hour, this is going to go down. It's going to be $1,250. I think this product will sell out. I think $1,000 is going to be a FOMO level for a lot of breakers, for a lot of people. I think once it crosses over that $1,000 threshold, I think there's going to be a lot of FOMO and a lot of orders coming in. And when people click that little buy now button on the auction and it says server busy or whatever dumb message that it always gives out, I think that's going to be a FOMO trigger for a lot of people. At that point, I think that first off the line is going to sell out 1 to 2 levels below $1,000. I think anybody willing to pay over $1,100 for this product is crazy. I think under $1,000, you can make a case that, okay, 2 parallels numbered to 35 or less, 1 auto numbered to 35 or less. Okay, maybe that adds a couple $100 worth of value. And even then, I think it's stretching it. Even then, you know, if you assume that a hobby box is going to sell for $800 to $850, you should realistically be willing, and you think that those parallels add about $150 worth of value, being 3 low number parallels, $1,000 should be, you know, what this one should sell out for around. Now, could I be totally wrong? Could the market absolutely reject this product at $1,000? Could it reject this product at $800? Yes, but at a certain point, the big players in first off the line will come in and scoop it up. That is why we rarely see these first off the line auctions go much below what the hobby is pre-selling for. So if this one somehow manages to get down to $850, and I don't think that it will, but if it does, without question, the bigger players in the hobby, the people with millions of dollars in capital to spend, will just start running the credit card, buying out as many cases as they can, as quickly as they can. if you're thinking you're gonna get this one at 600, you're not. I'm just being realistic with you. If you're gonna try, if you're willing to risk it for the biscuit, could you get this one at 900, 875? Yes, I could see a case where it gets down there, because again, hobby $800, that's a tough sell. And so, you know, we're not having that conversation today. We're strictly having the conversation, what will this one sell out for? I really believe $1,000 right here is going to be a FOMO level. Once it gets down to whatever the level is, 988 or 991, whatever that level is, that's going to be a real FOMO level for a lot of people, and that is when the credit cards will start to get coming out. People will start to put their cases through, their boxes through, what have you. So I would not be surprised to see this one sell out for anywhere from $9.75 to $10.50 a box. That would be my $75 price range. So that is what I'm going with. I'm putting it out there publicly. I think $9.75 to $10.50 is probably where this one sells out. I think that anybody buying this one above $1,100, especially $1,200 or higher, and there will be some people out there who just want to be safe and make sure that they get it locked in and don't have to worry about it selling out. There will be people who run the credit card at $1,250 and above. Y'all are absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. That is my TED Talk for today. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this one. What is your pricing prediction? What do you think it'll sell out for? And I sure hope I'm right in a couple of days. That's going to do it for me. Take care. Stay safe. We'll catch you next time on Down the Road.